What's up YouTube? Sweatpants Joe here. A little bit of a different video today. I'm going to be discussing my top 3 favorite candies I got while trick-or-treating as a kid. Not necessarily my 3 favorite candies, just the 3 favorites I got while trick-or-treating. I'm also going to discuss the worst candies I could get, the top 3 of those while trick-or-treating. An honorable mention, some Halloween memories, and my favorite Halloween movie. This video was inspired to me by the Extra Napkins podcast. Check out the podcast. Check it out on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you find your podcasts. Tell them Sweatpants Joe sent you. First things first, let me say something first. Where did all this hatred for candy corns come from, by the way? I don't understand. I love candy corn. I eat them by the handful. They're great, and I love the candy pumpkins. When did this hatred start for candy corns? Please stop. Stop hating on candy corns. Candy corns rule. Okay, we're gonna do the worst ones first. Get them out of the way. If I ever got these in my bag while I was trick-or-treating, or my pumpkin, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna have these. All right, number 3 might be a surprise to some people, but I'm gonna go with those dum-dum suckers. And it's not that they're bad. It's just, why are you giving me those on Halloween? Those are such cheap candy. Those are the kind of candy that you get when you break the piñata. I don't want those in my trick-or-treat bag. Number 2 is a two-way tie, and I'm putting them as a two-way tie because they were always paired together in the commercial. It's Almond Joy and Mounds. Almond Joy and Mounds had that fake coconut that you find in candy. It's I like real coconut. I've had real coconut and I like it. That fake coconut that they put in the candy, I think it's gross. I hate it. Almond Joy and Mounds, no thank you. And the number 1 worst candy you could give to kids on Halloween has to be Bit of Honey. Who's eating Bit of Honey? Seriously. First of all, they suck. Second of all, if you can get the paper off the candy and eat it without eating any of the wrapper, congratulations to you, but I don't know why you'd want to. They're disgusting, they're terrible, and I had them enough times where I would put them on this list as number 1. Who's handing these out? Stop handing out Bit of Honeys. Nobody wants Bit of Honey. Leave them on the shelf at the store, they're terrible. Number 3, I'm gonna go with those mini boxes of Junior Mints. Yeah, those were all right. Junior Mints are cool because they're refreshing and they kind of break up the monotony of eating. Yeah, there's chocolate in them, but when you're eating like straight chocolate, it kind of breaks it up a little bit, and it's a very refreshing taste to get in your mouth when you have some Junior Mints. And I'm always going to go Junior Mints over York peppermint patties. I think the Yorks are a little too condensed, and the peppermints are very intense. Whereas you put a Junior Mint in your mouth, it's just cool, it's refreshing, gets the job done. That's what you want out of a chocolate mint. Number 2, these were a little few and far between when they came to getting them in your trick-or-treating bag, but it would be Raisinets. If somebody's handing out little bags of Raisinets, they're my hero because I love Raisinets, and I always felt like I'd go trick-or-treating and I'd get maybe 2 or 3 bags tops of those little Raisinets. And I'd hit a lot of houses. So when I got those, I felt like I was getting like a gold coin. Raisinets, I love Raisinets. And they're kind of like Junior Mints where they break up the monotony of eating candy. You're getting a chocolate covered raisin in your mouth. And yeah, what I like to do is I'll go to the movie theater. And this is a little off topic, but it's still Raisinette related. So I'll get a small popcorn and a box of Raisinets, and I'll just dump the Raisinets in the popcorn, and I'll shake it up. And then when you're eating the popcorn, you get the Raisinets with the popcorn. It's really good. And my number 1 favorite candy to get while I was trick-or-treating is always Milky Way. Milky Way is great. I love Milky Ways. Snickers are cool too. My personal taste is I just don't want the nuts with the candy. It's a little too much. You get the chocolate, the caramel, the nougat, Milky Way. That's it. That's all you need. The nuts add another dimension, and it kind of just takes it away. Now, I do like Snickers, don't get me wrong. I'll have a Snicker once in a while, but like most of the time when you put a Snicker and a Milky Way next to each other, like at the store or whatever, I'm gonna take that Milky Way. Milky Way's the way to go. That's my play. Hidden gem of the trick-or-treating. This is a little out of the box pick for my hidden gem. But it's gonna be the caramel creams. If you don't know what those are, they're those round caramel candies with the cream in the middle, the white cream. I love those candies, and I used to love it when I'd get them in my trick-or-treating bags. I'd pop the cream out, shove that in my mouth, and then put the caramel in my mouth. I don't know why I'd always eat them that way, but that was the way I would eat the caramel creams. Caramel creams, definitely underrated. The hidden gem of trick-or-treating, in my opinion, of course. Ah! Okay, here's a weird Halloween trick-or-treating candy memory that I have I want to share with you guys. Remember, I grew up in the 90s, so that's when this was going on. On the next street over, there was a lady, and she was a teacher at the middle school I went to. She wasn't a traditional teacher, like she didn't have a classroom that you would go and attend her class. She was one of those teachers that would come to your class and go over like English lessons with the class. I remember she taught us about onomatopoeia one year. One year she handed out Alpine Whites, and I was like, what the heck is this, Alpine White? And I'd get home from school every day after Halloween for like a week or whatever, and I would eat candy, not the whole bag, but I'd eat a little bit every day. And the Alpine White I just kind of saved because I didn't know what it was and I didn't want it. But then like towards the end of the candy, and she was the only lady who handed these candies out too. So towards the end, that's all I had left was Alpine Whites, maybe some Tootsie Rolls and Smarties. So I tried the Alpine White and I was like, holy cow, these are delicious. They're white chocolate and almonds. They were really good. First of all, nobody makes white chocolate candy bars anymore. Now you can get white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups. It's a whole nother story. But back in the day, and still to this day really, you don't really find too many white chocolate candy bars. So I remember like the following year, I was at the middle school and I saw her, and it was around Halloween time, and I was like, hey, you gonna hand out those Alpine Whites this year again? And she laughed at me because she thought I was joking. And so I went to her house and she gave me the Alpine White again. And I swear to God, I ate the candy like on her porch. Like I didn't even put it in the bag. I just took it out of the wrapper and I ate it on her porch because that's how much I liked those Alpine Whites. And then I think she threw a couple in my bag after I ate it. So that's my story about a trick-or-treating memory I might have for you. Alpine White. Bring those back, Nestle. Come on. Bring them back.
Sweet dreams you can't resist. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. A dream as sweet as this. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Creamy white. Dreamy white. Nestle makes the very best. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Sweet dreams you can't resist.
My favorite Halloween movie, it's not even a movie. It's like a made-for-TV movie. And I think it's only like a half hour long. Go check it out on YouTube. It's up there. It's called The Halloween That Almost Wasn't. And it's the most ridiculous movie you'll ever see in your life. If you got a spare 20 minutes or so, go watch it. Basically, the plot is Judd Hirsch plays Count Dracula in it too. And it's really, really, really cheesy. So he hears on the newscast that Halloween's going to be canceled. There's going to be no Halloween, and he's being blamed for it. And he needs to get to the bottom of it. Why am I being blamed? So he gets all the monsters, like you see, like Frankenstein, the Mummy, and all that. They all they get together, and he wants to know why. And it's so funny. He accuses Frankenstein of no longer being scary because he's tap dancing now, which is a reference to Young Frankenstein. And then it turns out like the witch was the one who doesn't want to do Halloween anymore. and the witch has to fly over the moon to start Halloween, and she doesn't want to start Halloween because she's just sick of people picking on her. And then like she's like, I'll do it, but you got to give in to my demands. And then like she demands to go disco dancing. Like that's what she demands, to fly over the moon. It's the most ridiculous plot you'll ever hear. We can't have Halloween until the witch goes disco dancing. And yeah, you gotta watch it. It was one of those things that was just on every year, like in the 80s. And I remember my mom taped it for me one year, and I loved it. And then like throughout the year, I'd watch it over and over again. And then at one point, she taped over it, and I was so mad. And then the following Halloween, it aired again, and I taped it again, and then I had it for a long time. And yeah, the Halloween that almost wasn't. It's on YouTube. I watch it all the time. I watch it in the middle of summer. It's great. Check it out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you at the next food review. And happy Halloween. Don't eat too much candy.
He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash.